The car companies didn't want this getting out, but it did. And if you own a ute in Australia, what just got exposed could save you thousands of dollars starting with your very next service. For years, something quietly unfair has been happening in the Australian ute market. You'd buy the vehicle, you'd pay off the loan, you'd own it outright. But the moment something needed fixing, a warning light, a software reset, a sensor fault, you'd find yourself with almost no real choice about who could fix it. The independent mechanic down the road? Sorry, can't help you. Don't have access to the repair data. The workshop your mate's been using for 20 years? Same story. Not authorized, can't get the information from the manufacturer. So you'd end up back at the dealership, paying their rates, on their timeline, with no real option to say no. That was the system. And the automakers loved it. But here's where it starts to fall apart for them. To understand what just got exposed, you need to understand how modern utes actually work. A ute rolling off the production line today is not just a truck. It's a computer on wheels. The Ford Ranger, the Toyota Hilux, the Mitsubishi Triton, the Isuzu D-Max, they all run on complex electronic systems. Engine management software, advanced safety sensors, radar systems, electronic throttle controls, traction management modules, adaptive cruise control. All of these systems need specific digital information to be diagnosed, serviced, or repaired correctly. And the manufacturers held that information tightly. They shared it with their own dealership networks, sure, but independent mechanics, the local tradesman workshop, the regional garage, the small family business, they were largely locked out. Without access to manufacturer repair data, an independent mechanic couldn't properly diagnose a fault, couldn't reset the system after a repair, couldn't update the software on a replaced part, couldn't even run a complete inspection without gaps. In many cases, they had to turn customers away. According to industry data, around 1 in 10 vehicles taken to independent workshops was affected by this exact problem: lack of access to service and repair information. That number sounds manageable until you think about what it means across Australia's fleet of over 20 million registered vehicles.autotalk.com for ute owners, specifically tradies, farmers, contractors, anyone relying on their vehicle as a working tool. Being told to drive to the nearest dealership isn't just inconvenient. For someone 3 hours from the city on a dusty outback road, it can mean days of lost work. Here's the part that makes this a real story and not just a technical complaint. The repair and servicing industry in Australia is worth around $23 billion a year. Autotalk.com. That's an enormous market. And whoever controls access to the information that makes repairs possible controls a massive chunk of that market. Dealerships charge significantly more for routine servicing than independent mechanics. A minor logbook service at a dealership can run between $350 and $450 for a standard ute. The same service at a well-equipped independent workshop typically comes in between $189 and $250. Heatherdoleautomotive.com for a major service. The gap widens. Dealerships commonly charge between $600 and $1,200 for a 60,000 or 100,000 kilometer service. An independent workshop doing the same job often charges between $350 and $700. Heatherdoleautomotive.com brake pad replacement. A dealership will commonly charge $400 to $600. An independent, $220 to $380. Heatherdoleautomotive.com run those numbers across 5 years of ownership, the typical time many Australians hold on to their utes, and the difference can easily reach $1,500 to $4,000 in total savings just by using an independent mechanic. bossservicebrisbane.com +1. That money stays in your pocket, not theirs. And that is exactly what the manufacturers were protecting. Not quality, not safety. The revenue stream that flows from keeping independent mechanics unable to compete. This is where it gets interesting. In June 2021, the Australian Parliament passed a new law, the Competition and Consumer Amendment Motor Vehicle Service and Repair Information Sharing Scheme Bill 2021. It came into effect on 1 July 2022. For the first time in Australian history, car manufacturers were legally required to make service and repair information available to independent repairers, not as a favour, not at dealership-only pricing, at a fair market price, to any qualified mechanic in the country. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, the ACC, was given enforcement authority, real penalties, real legal tools, the ability to take companies to the federal court if they didn't comply. The information manufacturers had to share included everything an independent repairer needs to do the job properly. Manuals, technical service bulletins, wiring diagrams, technical specifications, software update procedures, testing protocols, codes for computerized systems. In other words, the walls the car companies had built around their repair data were coming down. By law, the independent automotive repair industry, which employs more than 106,000 Australians across nearly 35,000 businesses, finally had a legal right to access what they needed. The automakers had to comply, or face consequences. This is the part of the story that just got exposed. The Australian government's formal review of the Motor Vehicle Service and Repair Information Sharing Scheme was completed and released in early 2026. The findings were clear. Ministers, the scheme is working. The headline number, $2.4 billion. AAA. COM+1, that is the estimated increase in automotive industry turnover annually since the right to repair law came into force. Not projected, not hoped for. Measured, a 6.7% expansion in the independent sector's turnover. And that's not the only number worth looking at. Market research cited in the official review found a 40% reduction in vehicles being turned away by independent repairers after the law took effect. Think about what that means in real terms. Before the law, when a ute came into an independent workshop with a complex electronic fault, there was a real chance the mechanic simply couldn't help, no access to the data, no way to finish the job. Now, that scenario has dropped by 40%. There's more. The 2024 annual report from the Australian Automotive Service and Repair Authority recorded a 48% decline in requests for missing repair information compared to the same period the year before. That's manufacturers increasingly making their information available because they legally have to, and it's actually working. For ute owners across Australia, the practical result is this: more options, more competition, more mechanics who can actually help you without pointing you back to the dealership. Here's the real fear the automakers had, and honestly still have. It's not just about losing a few service jobs to local mechanics. Once independent workshops can properly service modern utes, the entire dealer-first model gets challenged. Customers realize they have options. They shop around. Prices respond to competition. Dealerships can no longer charge a premium simply because they hold the information advantage. That's the bigger picture behind a $2.4 billion shift in the market. But the car companies haven't given up. They're pushing back on a few fronts, and it's worth understanding where the battle is still being fought. Electronic logbooks. Right now, dealers have exclusive access to digital service records stored inside the vehicle's onboard system. An independent mechanic can do a perfect service by every measure, but if the electronic logbook isn't updated properly, it can create complications, and manufacturers know this. The Australian government has flagged this as an area needing reform, and consultation is now underway to require manufacturers to give independent repairers access to electronic logbooks. ADAS recalibration. Modern utes are packed with advanced driver assistance systems, forward collision warning, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control. Every time a bumper is replaced, a windscreen is swapped, or a sensor is disturbed during repairs. These systems need to be recalibrated. The equipment, the software licenses, and the technical data for doing this have historically been jealously guarded. A single ADAS calibration can cost anywhere from $250 to $599, depending on the systems involved. Until independent workshops can access this at fair prices, manufacturers retain a hidden technical advantage for a specific and growing category of ute repairs.maxtech 1+1 hardware access. Beyond software and data, some repairs require specific electronic tools or diagnostic interfaces that only dealerships are supplied with. The government review noted this as an area where further reform is needed, with consultation ongoing. The fight isn't fully over, but the momentum has clearly shifted. If you drive a ute in Australia, whether you're a tradie in Western Sydney, a contractor on a mine site in WA, a farmer doing runs between paddocks in Queensland, or just someone who needs a reliable working vehicle, here's what you actually need to take from this. You have more rights than most ute owners realize. First, you do not have to service your ute at the dealership to maintain your warranty. Under Australian consumer law, a manufacturer cannot void your warranty just because you used an independent mechanic. The ACC has confirmed this repeatedly. The only circumstances where a warranty claim could be refused are if the independent service was done incorrectly and directly caused the fault. Non-genuine parts were used and directly caused the failure, or you simply skipped services altogether. automatecareexpert.com plus 1 second, a quality independent mechanic following the manufacturer's service schedule and using appropriate parts can now access the same technical information as a dealership workshop. The law says so, and the data confirms it's happening. Third, the potential savings over 5 years of ute ownership are real. Between $1,500 and $4,000, depending on your vehicle and your service history, is a genuine number based on the difference between dealer and independent pricing for standard ute servicing. For a tradie already carrying loan repayments on an $80,000 dual cab, that difference matters. Bosch Service Brisbane. Com plus 1/4. The industry is not finished reforming. Electronic logbook access, ADAS recalibration data, and hardware access are all currently under active government consultation in Australia. That means the next few years could deliver even more choice and lower costs for ute owners in this country. There's one more layer to this story that goes beyond utes and beyond the workshop floor. The Australian government has signalled it wants to expand right to repair reforms beyond motor vehicles. Agricultural machinery is next on the list. The Productivity Commission has estimated that extending these same principles to farm equipment could lift annual GDP by $97 million just from increased grain outputs by avoiding machinery downtime during critical harvest and planting windows. That's the same principle, the same fear from the same type of manufacturer. The idea that if they control the repair information, they control the customer. And Australia, step by step, is saying no to that model. The automotive right to repair fight in this country was never just about where you get your ute serviced. It was about who gets to decide what competition looks like in an industry that touches every single Australian who drives a vehicle. The fact that it delivered a measurable $2.4 billion boost to the independent sector in just a few years isn't just good news for mechanics. It's proof that when information flows freely and fairly, markets work the way they're supposed to work. Prices compete. Quality rises. Customers win. And that is exactly what the automakers were afraid of. Before you automatically book your ute back into the dealership next time a light comes on or a service is due, stop and ask a few questions. Is there a reputable independent workshop in your area with experienced technicians and proper diagnostic equipment? In most cities and large regional centers, there absolutely is. Can they access the service and repair information for your specific make and model? Under the current law, they should be able to. If they say they can't, ask why and find out if the manufacturer is complying with their obligations under the scheme. What is the actual cost difference for your next scheduled service? Get a quote from both options. You might be surprised how quickly the numbers separate. The repair information that car companies didn't want your mechanic to have, it's now legally theirs to access. The question is whether you're making use of that change or still paying dealership prices out of habit. The biggest thing the automakers feared about ute repairs in Australia was simple. They feared a fair fight. And after years of locking out independent mechanics, hiding behind software, and quietly funneling customers back to dealer networks, that fair fight is finally underway. The results are in. The numbers are real. And the choice of where you take your ute for its next service just got a whole lot more meaningful. Drop a comment below. Do you use a dealership or an independent mechanic for your ute? And if you've made the switch, what was the difference in price? I'd genuinely like to know. And if you know a tradie or a farmer who's still paying dealer prices because they don't know their rights, share this video with them. It might save them a few $1,000s before the year is out.